Hey everyone, Mike Mulligan here. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am a certified orientation and mobility specialist, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about bone conduction headphones and why they're the way to go for orientation and mobility. All right, let's do this. So for those of you who haven't heard of bone conduction headphones, they're actually a pretty cool piece of technology. And what they do is they create mini vibrations that go through the cheekbone directly to the inner ear, bypassing the eardrum. So I know the thought of a pair of headphones using mini vibrations to conduct sound actually sounds a little bit crazy. I was pretty skeptical at first before I actually tried a pair, thinking how in the world can the sound travel through the cheekbone and bypass the eardrum like standard headphones and still sound good enough to actually hear and actually want to listen to. So in my hand here I have a pair of bone conduction headphones from the brand Aftershocks. I find Aftershocks to be a pretty good company. They have a lot of different versions at different price ranges. Some are even waterproof, can be used in a swimming pool or a lake or when you're swimming. But these are kind of the standard version. They're called the Trex Air. And the way they work is you put them over your ears, and there's a like a band that goes behind your head and then a little loops for your ears. So I'm doing that now. I'm putting it over my head. And then the little place where the vibrations are created rest on the temple or the cheekbone, and they don't actually sit in the ear. And that's pretty cool, so you don't actually have to put anything in your ear. They're kind of resting with the loops over your ear, and then the little vibration part is on your temple or cheekbone. So that's how they rest, and they're connected to a phone or other device through Bluetooth. So if you're using your phone, especially for orientation mobility, which I'm going to talk about here in a second, it's a great way of relaying whatever that either music or sound, or more importantly for orientation mobility, GPS directions or whatever app you might be using directly to the bone conduction headphones. So you may be asking yourself at this point, Mike, why do you keep talking about bone conduction headphones and how can they help me with orientation and mobility? Well, I find them really helpful because with standard headphones, if you're listening to GPS directions, so you got walking directions on Google Maps, maybe Apple Maps, and you're trying to get to your destination, if you're wearing standard headphones, they're normally either covering your ears or in your ear, and it's hard to hear the sounds of the environment. But with bone conduction headphones, because they do not rest in the ear, you're still able to hear the sounds of the environment while listening to an app or GPS directions, which is really important, especially for street crossings. If you're stopping at a street crossing or corner and you're looking to cross the street, you want to be able to hear the traffic sounds. So with bone conduction headphones, you can still leave your GPS on, you don't have to take your headphones out, and you can listen to the sound of the traffic and decide when it's safe to cross the street. So I definitely recommend getting a pair of bone conduction headphones, especially if you're out a lot and you're doing a lot of street crossings and you use a lot of apps and GPS on your phone to know where you're going. Bone conduction headphones can really add an extra layer of safety. That way you can hear your environment, both traffic and pedestrians and other sounds that might become a hazard. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this video was helpful and you learned a little bit more about bone conduction headphones and how they could be helpful with orientation and mobility. And thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful day.